So I'm just going for a walk this morning, and this fall has really been a continuation of the summer. A lot of rain every weekend, but if it clears up later, I'll do a couple videos, head into the woods. Haven't seen anything this morning. Did see a nice buck yesterday run through the property, and he was definitely a shooter, probably an 8 or 9 pointer with a pretty decent body on him. But all these leaves should be gone in the next 2 weeks, and I can hunt all this back here if I wanted to, go into this area. And this is relatively flat, so this is not too bad. But if I go over to the other side, it's a bit hilly there and much more difficult to climb, especially with a pack. But anyway, I'm just going on a 2-mile walk this morning, 1 mile each way. And then I'll have some breakfast. I'll give you a little peek in there. It's only 35 degrees, but not quite cold enough to snow yet. Hello folks, thanks for tuning in and welcome back. As you can see, the rain has finally stopped. It's a beautiful day today. It's much colder, but at least it's dry out, and it's almost time to get the guns out. But before we move into hunting season, I wanted to take a little bit more time to share a couple of new knives, a new arrival, and another knife that I also picked up for the fall and winter. And I'll take a couple of these knives with me My pack's already going to be heavy, so if I throw 3 knives in there, 4 knives, it's really not going to make much of a difference. But this is the new one I picked up, and it's a real beauty. This is the Fox River EXT-2, and it's just the big brother to the EXT-1. So I'll talk about the knife, I'll talk about the specs, I'll do a write-up within the description section for those that may be interested, and then we will close out. So this is the sheath that it comes in. Single snap right here, single retention snap, and then it has 2 additional snaps if you wanted to weave a belt through the back here and wear it on the waist, cross draw, and you could do that. I haven't done anything to this sheath, as you can see. It's just a raw leather. I'll do a water treatment on it eventually. 2 grommet holes at the bottom. I don't think this is necessary. This knife's not that big, but it can be worn on the belt like that, and this will fit a 2-inch belt through here with no problem. Single snap right there, so you can see, and 2 additional ones here if you wanted to wear it in a different configuration. You might be able to even get this on a molly rig onto the webbing. So let's talk about the knife. It's another beautiful, very nice knife by Fox River, and there you go. And as you can see, it's a taller blade. The knife is longer, it's heavier, and it's just a scaled up version of the EXT-1. So overall, this knife's coming in at 9.4 inches or 23.8 centimeters. Now the blade itself is coming in at 4.5 inches or 11.4 centimeters. Spine's the same. They didn't change anything there. You're looking at 0.157 or 3.9 millimeters. CPM 3V on the blade steel, if you can make that out. There you go. And it is noticeably heavier than the EXT-1. This knife weighs 7.1 ounces or 201 grams. A little bit heftier. No loop in the back, which is nice. I'm glad they got rid of that. It does have a lanyard tube, Mosaic pins. This is dark curly maple with red liners. So this knife's loaded up, and I'll give you a shot of that handle. And there you go. There's a shot of those liners. Fit and finish is pretty good on this knife, with the exception of the self guard here. As you can see, there is some metal protruding there. It sticks out further than the wood, and I think they could have did a better job. The person that was doing this knife should have spent a little bit more time on it and refined that work product a little bit better. But as you can see, there's a little bit of a raised area there, and it's noticeable when you have it in the hand. So a little bit of a quality control issue. I think they should have caught this, and somebody just should have sent it back for a little more refinement. Other than that, I don't see any issues with it. As you can see, it has a significant drop point and a ton of belly for skinning. This knife is going to be advantageous for deep cuts, perhaps removing back straps or going into the thighs, those large muscle groups, and breaking those down. That's probably where a knife like this is going to excel. I don't think there's anything wrong with the EXT-1. I think that knife is sufficient, but this is another option for perhaps folks that prefer something a little bit different. And I'll give you a shot of that handle right there. It's a real beautiful knife. It feels good in the hand. I prefer wood for hunting. It just feels nice to be holding wood as opposed to G10 or something else. But for those of you that are interested, I do have the EXT-1 with me, and I'll just show them side by side briefly so you can do a scale comparison. And there you go. And as you can see, the EXT-2 has a longer blade, a taller blade, and a slightly larger handle. It's also heavier. I think the EXT-1 is sufficient, but perhaps some of you prefer something with a taller blade for deeper cuts. If you're going to be on a long-term skinning project where you're doing a couple of animals, there might be an advantage to the EXT-2. And I'll hold the blades up right here, and there you go. There's a good shot of it. So you can get a good visualization of the difference. Anyway, I wanted to take a little bit of time to share these knives. I've already reviewed this one, and you can click around on my channel and pick up on this one if you wanted to see this in detail. I'll take both of these knives with me. Perhaps maybe my Gunny Hunter, which is another preferred hunting knife that I really like. But I'll take one or two Fox Rivers, maybe the Gunny and another knife, maybe a Bravo Hunter or something else, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and see you all next time.